Hey guys, welcome back to 100% Chelsea, and this is your player ratings for Chelsea versus Vidi tonight. We will start with Kepa in goal.
It was great. Made a few great saves. I'd say 9 out of 10.
9.
He made a few great saves, didn't make any mistakes that I saw of, and he basically was part of winning that game. So yeah.
Okay, well that's a very high rating. But the thing is, what we usually say is if a player's had a bog standard game, then we'll give them about a middle of the ground rating. But if you want to go 9, I'll give you a 9.
I'll go 9.
We're known for being negative on our player rating, so let's
Let's
go.
I'm here. Now it's positive.
Let's do it. Okay, 9. 9 for Kepa. I love that. Let's move on to right back. So Zappacosta.
6. He wasn't awful, but he wasn't as good as he could have been.
Yeah. For me, I think the crossing was probably a little bit lacking today. We'll move on to Palmieri because I think the same can be said for him as well. So what are your thoughts on Palmieri as well?
Do we do halves in these?
Well, usually we go for solid numbers. If you want to, you can round it up. It's up to you.
I'd say
Or round down.
I'd probably go 6.5, but I'd rather round up. So 7. I think he was better than Zappacosta, maybe even an 8, because overall I think he had very good moments. Defensively, sometimes from the stand it looked like a bit iffy, but I feel like attacking-wise he was a lot more of a threat than Zappacosta was, so I definitely give him a high rating. Let's go for 7.
Yeah,
I think it was good.
Yeah, I definitely agree with a 7. So we'll move on to the centre-backs now. So we got Cahill and Christensen, if I'm right in saying. No, not Christensen.
Yeah.
It was Christensen, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Don't know what I'm thinking. So Cahill and Christensen. We'll start with Cahill.
Well, to be honest, I both just give them a 6. Christensen again had a few sloppy moments, which I don't know why he keeps doing that, because he's never going to be a start if he keeps doing that. And Cahill, I thought possibly given a penalty free kick at the edge of the box away. I'm not sure whether whether it was inside or outside, but I certainly thought it was a foul. A bit risky, sometimes a bit sloppy, but at the end of the day, he kind of cleared everything that he needed to clear. Yeah. So if anything, he was slightly better than Christensen to me. But as we're not doing half ratings, I give them both a 6.
Yeah. I thought Cahill was probably the better of the two today.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Cahill was, he's obviously one of the senior players in the team, but I think he did his jobs today. I didn't really see Vidi getting through a lot, and obviously that was in part to Christensen too. They had their opportunities, don't get me wrong, but Cahill did his job more than Christian, so I'd say I wouldn't say Christian was bad, definitely not bad, but Cahill had more of the ball.
Maybe give Cahill a 7.
Yeah, okay, we'll give him a 7. We are being very generous tonight, and I'm liking that. So we'll move on to the midfield.
We won the game. Yes, we weren't great, but we still won the game.
Exactly,
I can't go with 3s and 4s.
A win is a win.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll move on to the midfield now. Now we had Kovacic. I'll start with. Who was the starter? Now, what do you think on Kovacic?
I don't think Kovacic did much today. I think he moved the best out of our midfielders. The way he moved and gave options to teammates. He did better than the others, I thought. But he didn't really do much with it. When he had those passes that he could have played through, kind of overhit them, kind of didn't play them perfectly. Again, probably go 6.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think first half though was probably the player from the midfield 3 who was opening up their defence more than anyone, and I'd say I give him credit to that. But
to be fair, he also is the one that plays furthest up the pitch. So
yeah. If I'm totally honest, I don't think he should have started today. I think we should have just saved him for the weekend. But that was my personal opinion anyway. But yeah, we've got the rating for that. So who else have we got to go on to now? Fabregas. Yes, Fabregas. So let's talk about Fabregas.
It's so tricky because it's completely different. Obviously, as you know, I watch most of the games on TV and not in the stand, and it's completely different.
Yeah.
When I look at Fabregas, whenever he got the ball, he did quite well in distributing it. Could he have done more? Possibly, but I actually thought Fabregas had a decent game. He distributed it well from the deep line playmaker role. I don't think you can expect him to play, all those incredible assist kind of passes. That's not his job in that role. So I give Fabregas a 7. I think he was.
I would have gone for a 6 to be honest, but do you know what? Should we say 7 then? We'll say 7 because he doesn't get that much game time. We'll be generous to him.
Go 7.
Yeah. And the last one, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Now, right, okay. He doesn't get that much game time. He's a youth player still, I guess we could say. I'd like to think he's improving.
He played at the World Cup. He's not a youth player anymore.
But he's still young. He's still in his early 20s.
Yeah. I know, but he's older than Hazard was when we signed him.
I get that. I'll give you that. Yes.
No.
Okay.
I'm kind of realising myself, I kind of made a mistake here because I've rated everyone too highly because I wasn't happy enough with the performance.
Yeah, but we need that. We need a bit of generosity now and again.
But Loftus-Cheek, overall, from the midfield 3, from the starters, I thought was the best because he was the most active. The one that tried to do something, But when he had that one moment where he could have had a shot, and I think he probably would have scored from that position in the first half, he didn't take the shot. Probably also down to not playing more. If he did play more and wasn't injured recently, because then he would have played more, possibly takes that shot there, but he didn't. You know what? I'm going to break the standards here, because I'm here, so I'm going to go 7.5.
7.5. All right, we'll go halves then. Fuck it, may as well. Bleep that out as well. Bleep out my swearing, but still, yes. I mean, I thought today was actually quite positive. Really? It was. I thought it was
Ruben
off the sheet. Yeah. No, because I thought his physicality is one of his main strengths, and he showed a fair bit of that today. His ball control wasn't amazing, but then again, he still tried to work back and get the ball. And fair play to him. He's, as I said, I personally think he's still a young player. He's still got that sort of attitude to get into the game and play football. But yeah, no, let's go with your rating then. Yeah. May as well. So right, let's move on now. We'll try and skip through the two wingers. So we'll start with Willian.
5, 4.
Yeah, I to be honest, I would say 4 today because I just don't think he was there.
I agree. The one thing I give to him, that's his 5th start in a row, and that's not 5 weekends, that's midweek games. I don't agree that he shouldn't have started, and it's very understandable that he's tired.
Yeah.
So, but still a 4.
I mean, I wouldn't have started him again today, to be honest with you. I would have saved him for the weekend again because I don't think Pedro would start, but you never know.
Well, I hope so.
Well, yeah, I suppose. So, should we go 4?
Yeah. 4.
Okay, so moving on to Pedro.
What's better than Willian? Not much better, but better, considering he missed, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks? 2 weeks.
Well, he's been injured.
Yeah. No, but I'd say, yeah. I give him a 6 because I think it was a good bit better than Willian, but not great. And also he came off after 55 minutes or so. So he didn't have that much of a game, but I give him a 6.
I'd agree with that, yeah. Okay, so we'll move on to Morata now. Now, I personally think he got a goal, right? And we'll definitely give him props to that. He's in the right position to score the goal. Overall game, probably not the best today, not his best performance, but I don't think on the whole he was too poor. I mean, a lot of people have been giving him a bit of stick tonight, but I don't think it was too bad.
I completely agree. I think what is very underrated with Morata is the way he moves. And, you have a lot of strikers that do take chances, but they don't get chances because they don't get into the right positions. Yeah. Morata does get into the right positions. Sometimes does a bit questionable things when he does. He moves around strangely. Like Hazard has the ball on the left, and then he goes on the left to the left as well. Yeah. Why are you doing that? What's the point? Yeah. And then maybe he doesn't always go for the run as much as he should. Okay, system-wise, he doesn't expect the cross anymore, so fair enough. But he got his goal. I didn't see the sit that he apparently missed early on in the first half. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
And we were stood on the other side, so I didn't see that.
Yeah, that honestly, he definitely should have scored that.
So, that makes it bad. But we won 1-0 and Morata scored it. So even if his game wasn't great, his goal won us the football game.
Exactly.
So I don't think you can be harsh on him. For that reason, I'll give him a 7.
I was going to say exactly the same thing. 7 from Morata. Let's move on to the subs. Now, who we think? Ross Barkley, I'll start with. Personally, I think he came and he was positive. He obviously, from the free kick, he hit the bar. Yep. And he had, as soon as he came on, his first 2 touches were a touch out of his body and a shot on target as well. I thought on the whole he was all right.
Yeah, he was good. And he was unlucky when Hazard went past everyone again, as he does. And he laid it off to Barkley, and Barkley kind of tripped. Yeah. Otherwise, he would have had a good shot. And I think he could have put that in. I think he was a bit unlucky there. He only, it's always tricky to judge someone that only played less than half an hour or about half an hour, so it's tricky. Yeah, but for that half an hour, I'd probably give him 7, if not 8.
I would have given him a 7, to be honest. If he got more game time and he carried on the form that he did as a substitute, I would have given an 8, but 7 for me, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Next substitute, let me think. Hazard, yeah, we've got Hazard.
Well, I mean, he came on and he changed the game. Not as much as he maybe did at Liverpool, and by scoring one of the best goals you'll see. But it's still, all of a sudden we were actually threatening, because up until that point in the second half, except that one Barkley shot that you mentioned, actually Barkley came on after Hazard, but still, we didn't have many chances except that Morata sit in the first half. Not really. Didn't have anything before Hazard came on in the second half. When Hazard came on, we actually started to play a little bit better. Still, we didn't play great still, but he was still the best. So just because he was the best player when he came on, I'll just give him an 8, just because he has to be better than everyone else.
I mean, I'll agree with an 8. Again, obviously, it's a substitute appearance. Maybe a bit generous, but as I said, we like generosity tonight.
He can't be blamed for not playing more.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, no, without a doubt. I'll go with an 8 then. May as well. I mean, at the end of the day, he he's our star performer anyway, isn't he, on most days. And then finally we've got Victor Moses. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really think he made much of an impact. He didn't get much time.
When did he come on? Did he come on before we scored or after?
To be honest with you, mate, I don't even remember because that was so little of what I saw to him today, really.
Moses did absolutely nothing. I can't remember how long he was on for, but he did absolutely nothing. In my opinion, he was worse than Willian, so I'll give him a 3.
3. Really? Yeah. That's the lowest rating?
Yeah.
Okay, well...
And why Callum should play.
Well, that is an argument which I completely agree with. Hudson-Odoi and Ampadu especially should have played today, without doubt. But I'd go with 4. I wouldn't say 3 because I think 3 is sort of bordering on a terrible performance, and I don't think it was terrible. He just wasn't in the game.
He was worse than Willian, and Willian got a 4, so I got to give him a 3. How about you give him a 4 and I give him a 3? We don't always have to agree.
Should we go 3.5? We'd never usually do 0.5s, but we've done one already, so we may as well. 3.5. And that rounds it up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that is your player ratings for the Chelsea versus Mull Vidi game. The next one will be Southampton away on the weekend, on a Sunday. Make sure you follow all our socials. Follow Lawrence's, follow mine, follow Lewis's, follow Louis, follow the channels. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification button, and we're out.